Hello and welcome to Hartpury College in rural Gloucestershire. Well, already today we have seen one game played with Bloomsbury beating Birmingham by 4-2 here at Hartpury in Gloucestershire, where perhaps this sporting event is best known for its top-of-the-range equine and rugby facilities. But today, indoors, the National Futsal Series sees 3 games. Here, Sunderland take on Southampton. Good afternoon, I'm Isaac Barrington, and alongside me today, John Currant. John, well, we've already seen one game played with Bloomsbury, as I mentioned, beating Birmingham by 4-2. Here, Sunderland up against Southampton Aztecs. It was a difficult campaign last time out for Southampton. Do you think they see this as an opportunity today against Sunderland, a newly promoted side?
For sure, a year worth of learning to see if the lessons learned last year can be put into action. And for Team Sunderland, I'll be excited to see what they bring to the table. Getting promoted last season, got to see them in one cup game, impressed. So let's see how they travel today.
Yeah, well, Sunderland won the Women's North Division last season. They only lost once in the entirety of their league campaign. It was an impressive season for them, but of course this is a step up now into the Women's Tier 1, and it's about how they can make that adjustment. We'll see the two teams in just a moment, but it is a very depleted squad for Sunderland today, with just the 2 substitutes. So we'll see how that plays out. For Southampton as well, they have recruited well over the summer. They've lost a couple of key figures. Alicia Povey has departed for London Helvetia, and there's no Kaylee Tonks for them either, but they've recruited new names, new players, many of them transferring across from football into the futsal game, so we'll see how that transition goes for them today. As here come the 2 sets of players, and immediately you can see just how many more options Southampton have than Sunderland. So let's show you the 2 team lineups then. It's the second of 3 games today here at Hartpury College. Team Sunderland up against Southampton Aztecs. So for Sunderland, Kirsty Lincoln, their player coach, is in goal. Nicole Harvey, Victoria Curtis and Laura Henderson are the starting players. And on the substitutes bench, Ellie Wilson and Vicky Ryder. As for Southampton Aztecs then, it's Mo Delaney, the starting goalkeeper, Rebecca Tonks, Rebecca Moody, Davina Allo Ilolo and Laura Barton, who make up the rest of the starting 5. On the bench, Hannah Walker, Nicola Curtis, Anna Lewis, Ruby Allen, Holly Francis, Maya Rayner and Elizabeth Stanley. Will Wilson is in charge of his Aztecs team. So struggled last season, Southampton, but they seem to improve as the campaign went on, and they always try to play on the front foot as well. In many games that they lost last season, Southampton actually created so many opportunities, but just couldn't take them. They've enjoyed a pretty successful pre-season campaign, I'm led to believe, as well, Southampton, so we'll see how they fare today, John.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a couple of standouts. Mo Delaney's a young goalkeeper who's, I think, just turned 16, so it'll be interesting to see if she gets any minutes today. And then they've got some very strong technical players that, in front of goal, they know where it is. So can they finish this year? Can they take their chances? And then for Sunderland, they're going to nullify and they're going to try and get on top and take their opportunities as well. It'll be a really good eye-opener for the first game of the season for them.
Yeah, the 2 captains together there in the centre circle. It's Rebecca Tonks with the armband on for Southampton, their top goal scorer from last season, and Nicole Harvey, the skipper for Sunderland. Plenty of action in the first game today. 4-2 the final score in favour of Bloomsbury against Birmingham WLV, if you missed it. Following this game, we will, of course, have the meeting between our hosts Hartpury and Bolton as well to follow. So this game and the one which will follow is available for you here on the TNT Sports Red Button channel. And it's going to be Southampton to get this game underway then. Off to its beginning as the ball's played back there to Rebecca Moody.
Interesting start. It looks like Sunderland straight away are going to be exchanging the first line, which you don't get to see much in the women's game. So this will be really interesting to see how this pans out. Sunderland,
of course, in the orange, and Southampton in their regular green and black as it Crosses the line on this near side, out for the kick in. Skipper Tonks across here to the young goalkeeper Mo Delaney, who does like to come out of her penalty area and look to try to build in possession. She'll retreat back now, having had the ball in her own half. Here's Moody. Just ran into it. Sunderland defender, though. There's Harvey. Martin for Southampton immediately trying to test the goalkeeper Lincoln, and it was a relatively comfortable stop for the goalkeeper in the end. Lincoln going long, latching onto the end of it there, Richardson, but it's all the way through to Delaney.
Both teams trying to work each other out. Sunderland sitting, wouldn't say just above a mid-block, and they're exchanging on that first line just to see what they do when they let them run through. And then I think both are trying to find their pivot player nice and early to see what damage they can create in isolation.
Straight into Harvey here on the turn. Harvey, and there's the breakthrough early on for Sunderland. And it's taken, what, less than 90 seconds. Sunderland here in their first Tier 1 game are ahead already.
Great little turn onto a weaker side. Gets lifted over the foot of Mo Delaney in goal making her debut today. Slight deflection on the shot through.
Yeah, it was the two number fours, Harvey there. I think it just took a little nick off Rebecca Moody on the way through, which you rightly point out, John, which just meant that it evaded Delaney in the Southampton goal. Set piece here for the Aztecs. It's taken by Aloilola. Just too far ahead of Rebecca Tonks. It's out for the Sunderland kick-in. Taken into Harvey again. Aloilola trying to win the ball back. Ends up back with Delaney under pressure here, the goalkeeper. Very nearly a difficult moment at the back there for Southampton. Got away with it though in the end, but again it was Harvey, the Sunderland goal scorer, who was applying the pressure.
Yeah, individual defence here from Southampton. So when the ball goes behind, they're still sticking with their players. A little bit less orthodox.
Delaney wayward with the distribution that time. Back here to the goalkeeper Lincoln.
Harvey appears to be the danger player today. A little bit like the previous game with Annie Highaway with Birmingham. Massive reference pivot, focus point for the team. To try and get it into and then connect.
Long down court from Delaney. Bounces back here for Harvey again, and Harvey will go for goal again and find the back of the net once more. 2-0 inside the opening 3 minutes, and it's a brace for Nicole Harvey.
On fire. Two shots on target, as you say. 2-0 lead. I think that might have taken Southampton a bit of a shock for them being in this game.
Yeah, picked up possession on the turn. Past Delaney in the Aztecs goal. It's the perfect start to life in the Women's Tier 1 for Sunderland. Curtis flipping it to the back stick. It's set back for Moody. Goalkeeper came to try to engage there at the edge of the penalty area. It went past her. If it had been a little better directed, it could well have ended up in the back of the net.
Yeah, great diagonal. Saw the keeper coming, set it back to open up the passing lane to shoot, and unfortunate on the execution there.
Back across the face of goal again, and it was a chance for a first half hat-trick. Not only a first half hat-trick, it would have been inside 4 minutes there for Harvey. And that would have been, well, quite something. Uncharacteristic from what we've seen of her so far, that she's missed a target from there.
Yeah, for sure. Great diagonal, and then great movement to get top of D to get into a finishing action.
Harvey after it once more.
Sunderland have not come to mess about.
Harvey back across and turns provider this time. It's 3-0 already. Amy Richardson adding the third for Sunderland. It's 2 goals and an assist now for Harvey. What a start this is for Sunderland.
Southampton pressing on the first line, but when the ball's going direct as it is at the moment with Sunderland's game plan, they're not recovering. The runners are going, the spaces are opening, and they're attacking those spaces and finding opportunities to score. Well played, well executed from Sunderland at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, well, from a Southampton perspective, it is a dreadful start to their new season. Shell shock perhaps with the fast start that Sunderland have made. Plenty to ponder for Southampton boss Will Wilson already. And we're less than 5 minutes into the new season. Set back that time for Vicky Ryder.
Hannah Walker, another young player for Southampton Aztecs. Great individual. Not a lot of experience on the court at the moment for Southampton. It's kind of told the first few minutes of the game.
Southampton perhaps just need to try to get a foothold in the game, and they might do so here with Tonks. Oh, it's dragged just wide. Opportunity there.
Huge opportunity. Needs to find the target though, needs to test the goalkeeper. And that looked like a handball. Goalkeeper ran out of their box on the throw.
Yeah, outside of the penalty area. James Jarrett there, the match official. I think he's going to order a retake, yeah. It's out of the penalty area because it's a goal clearance rather than a restart in play. It is the correct decision to award the restart. The game hasn't restarted until the goal clearance is taken correctly by the letter of the law. Henderson. Forward again here to Harvey. Harvey on the turn once more and sets for the strike. Goal bound there for Laura Henderson.
Really direct Sunderland. They're finding such joy at the moment. Runners galore off their pivot players.
Richardson will go for goal. It's blocked over by Moody and out behind for the corner.
Not scared to shoot either.
Southampton need a response. Have to defend the set piece first. Might be an opportunity for a counter charge here forwards for them, but that's quickly halted. Moody, nice cutting ball all the way across here to Tonks. It's just wayward of that second post.
2 huge opportunities. You said at the beginning of the game, didn't take their chances last year, and it's proving again at the beginning of this game. What a pass by Moody. And then Tonks toes it to the back post. Fortunately, no one there to turn home.
Wilson. Here's Henderson back to Victoria Curtis again, and Sunderland always trying to progress forward, make inroads into the Aztecs defence. Into the feet there of Victoria Curtis. She's forward as the pivot at the moment. Harvey sidelined, having a well-earned breather. Wilson. Henderson goes back to the goalkeeper and forwards again. Victoria Curtis to control and collect.
Been impressed at the beginning of this game. I know they haven't had a great start, but Nicola Curtis has been very, very good on the ball now. And then commentator's curse.
Right on cue, yeah, she plays it out on this near side. Henderson. That's the feet there of Wilson on the turn. It's a comfortable stop though for Delaney. Lauren Saylor played the majority of last season in goal for Southampton. Young Mo Delaney played bits and pieces, and Lauren Saylor not involved today. In attendance, but not part of the matchday squad. On to court here for the first time, Ruby Allen, the number 26, here with possession at the moment.
Organised Sunderland. Doing really well in their first debut game in the top tier of women's futsal in England.
Wilson. Henderson exchanging passes with Wilson again. Here's Laura Henderson. Able to test the goalkeeper that time though, wayward of the near post. Into the side netting.
Yeah, clever. Pocket of space opened in the middle. Got the wall past 1-2 into a shooting action. They're not hesitant, Sunderland. They're making decisions quickly, and if it's the right one, great, and if it's not, then they adjust and correct the mistake. Purposeful in the beginning parts of this game.
Nearly 8 minutes played. It's 3-0 to Sunderland after that lightning fast start that they made. Harvey on the score sheet twice, and then turning provider for the Amy Richardson goal which followed. Barton. Back again here to Laura Barton, making her Southampton debut today. Moody into the feet of Barton.
Great touch.
Much better this for Southampton at the moment as they maintain possession. Ends up back with the goalkeeper. They try to include Allen in the play. The header there. Both sides appealing for it. I think Sunderland felt there was a foul from the defender in there, but the referee allowed the game to continue. Maybe an opportunity here down the other end. Moody. It's turned away by the goalkeeper, Lincoln.
Alluded to it earlier, there is so much that happens in the game. If you can't let go of those mistakes or those decisions and get on, you know, down the other end, Southampton could have pulled one back.
Trying to smash that one towards the second post area, but it was blocked in close proximity to where it was taken from. Much higher up the court than she usually finds herself at the moment now here, Rebecca Moody. Whole of last season really, she played as the fix for the Aztecs. Wilson with the ball forward, is back again to Wilson. Barton in the way, but Southampton have given the ball away. It's all a little bit scrappy.
2v1 transition.
Yeah, 2v1 chance here for Southampton, as you say, but just the wrong option. In the end, perhaps, or the wrong execution on the pass if it was going to find Rebecca Moody from Barton.
Yeah, Laura Barton there opens up her body shape a bit too much, slows down the attack, and then it's kind of telegraphed where it's going to go. Got to drive towards the goal first, make the defender make a decision, then make the decision.
Out again for take two.
There are definitely going to be chances here for Southampton. They are, you know, it's 3-0, but they're definitely going to be there or thereabouts with how open this game is.
Wayward ball though, they'll need to cut those out as the game progresses. Again here, we'll see the drinks break at the thereabouts midway point of the first half. Sunderland though leading by 3-0. It was just such an explosive start from them, wasn't it, John, that really just shell-shocked Southampton, I think, and that's what ultimately It's given them their 3-goal advantage, and they look really good for it at this stage.
Direct play, really good reference point pivot, creating issues, and then they've executed really well. I think from Southampton's point of view, they're passing the ball wrong side towards the defender a little bit. The ball doesn't slow down, it picks up pace. If it's not going to feet, it's going to be running out of play. It's those little moments of execution that are letting them down at the moment.
There, as we take a look again at some of the moments from the first quarter of the game so far, Southampton have had their opportunities. That one there for Rebecca Tonks, just dragging the shot wide. Could well themselves be on the score sheet, but defensively they've had issues as well with the opportunities that Harvey was able to create for herself when receiving the ball to feet and turning as the pivot, and the space that Sunderland had in the Southampton half of the court too. Plenty to ponder. As Nicole Harvey is back on for Sunderland. And we resume following that drinks break period.
Yeah, Sunderland organised and fit, but as the game goes on, they've got, not a lot of substitutes to change, so that fatigue might take a toll on their decision making. Be interested to see how they progress into the second half. It's not one in the first half. So loads to play for from Southampton. Keep taking away from the tank of Sunderland.
It's the feet of Harvey again. Here on the overlap, Wilson. Forced wide though, and the angle was too acute. Delaney just going to retrieve the ball to restart.
So Sunderland defending this 2-2 formation. That means the middle in between both lines are open. If they can get someone on in the middle, Southampton, they'll start getting opportunities. Great little diagonal there.
Tonks there finding ball across to the right side from the long diagonal.
And that's exactly what you need. The ball went into diagonal, and then there needs to be someone arriving at the top of the D and someone at the back post for shooting opportunities, not just watching the player at the back post.
Out and behind for the corner via Vicky Ryder. Let's see what Southampton here can work from this set piece. It's past Alawilolo. A header out from the defensive box, which Sunderland were protecting.
That's that pass again. It's wrong side. If it comes safe side, then player can control. So Hannah's just got to make sure she gets ball to feet. Those little moments of execution are really important to maintain pressure.
Harvey wanting the ball again and getting it. Ryder trying to clip it through. Tonks with the check back. And then looking to try to find the ball through to either Barton or Walker, who made the run over on that right flank. In the end found neither. Long distribution from the goalkeeper Lincoln, but ultimately runs all the way through.
You can see what they're trying to do. They're getting it into Harvey, they're getting the setback, and then they're getting Amy Richardson running as a third-man runner and getting it over the top. It's really clever, and I think Southampton are struggling to track the runner at the moment.
Hannah Walker playing as the fix at the moment for Southampton. That's a role which we haven't seen her occupy. Big chance actually came as a result of the ball which she played through, and then Barton was on the end of the follow-up pass to the second post. Again, it's another Southampton chance that they aren't able to take though, and well, so far in this game it's really been the same old story for them. At times poor defensively, creating opportunities but not taking them.
Excellent decision by Tonks to find the back post, but yeah, you've got to hit the target. You at least make the keeper work. Using the fly keeper to get out of pressure here.
Yeah, set up in the 5v4 here, and it wasn't too far away from the run of Davina Alawilolo.
I think we'll come to expect that. Mo Delaney does come out and draw, and she wants to shoot or get to the, drive the ball to the back post.
On the turn again here, Harvey. Alawilolo with her toe in. Walker across to intervene. Richardson. Return ball played again there to Amy Richardson on the turn once more. Alawalolo sees it break her way now. Time and space in possession. There's certainly been an improvement from Southampton since that opening period, the lightning fast start from Sunderland, but it ultimately hasn't been enough of an improvement so far to make inroads into the Sunderland defence. And there's another chance there for Nicole Harvey. It's another chance for her first half hat-trick. Took it with her left. I just wonder whether she could have allowed the ball to run across her body onto her right foot.
Great feet. Amy Richardson, yeah gliding past the player.
I've seen that on a number of occasions from her in this first half. Happy to travel with the ball and take on defenders 1v1 like that.
They're drawing Southampton out and they're attacking the spaces in behind with their movement, and they're struggling to trap the runners at the moment, Southampton. Big chance. I'm surprised took it with her left foot. Was coming across to her right. Could have been 4.
Yeah, perhaps just had more time than she realised there as well, Harvey. Six minutes and 44 seconds left to play in this first half. Sunderland leading Southampton by 3-0. To Richardson again. Dispossessed though, and it breaks back for her opposite number 10, Tonks. Used to link up so well with her sister on court, Kaylee Tonks, but no longer with the club, Kaylee. Forward here to Tonks, and it's into the back of the net. Southampton's top goal scorer last campaign, Rebecca Tonks, is on the score sheet again, and the Aztecs have one back.
Yeah, great finish, great roll inside, opens up the angle, opens up her hip and finds the corner. We said, you know, there's going to be chance in this game. It's really open on both sides, so it's just going to be who is going to take their chances, and Southampton so far haven't until now.
Yeah, it's a goal which it feels as though may have come at an important point as well for the Aztecs. Certainly if they can build from here and perhaps get another back before half-time. Moody forward here to the goal scorer, Tonks. Tonks away from the defender. Was asking a lot to beat the goalkeeper at her near post there, and Lincoln with the crucial touch to force the corner.
Yep, Tonks 1v1 superiority now when she's getting isolated. Great little fake move to get her on a left foot to shoot.
Corner's taken short, and well, it could have ended up anywhere really, as it was sent behind for yet another set piece from Richardson. Thought for a moment it might end up in the back of the net. Wasteful from that corner on that occasion. Wilson actually being allowed to break free here, but Delaney holds on to it. Delaney once again launching it long in search of Laura Barton.
High energy, the more it stays like this, the more it's going to favour Southampton. I think Sunderland need to keep hold of the ball.
Moody taking that kick back there to Anna Lewis. She's giving the ball away though, and it's a big chance, but a big chance which is squandered. Victoria Curtis had the whole goal to aim at. Could so easily have been 4-1.
Anna Lewis there telegraphing the pass, her body shape just needs to close it a little bit to make it not look so obvious.
Southampton Tonks to Barton, but couldn't quite cut the ball back as she wanted to. Long from Lincoln. Great touch again, bringing into play Wilson. Past the defender, couldn't get past the goalkeeper though. Good save, Delaney. It's still there for Wilson and Sunderland. And Wilson still, but it's blocked away that time by Moody. Excellent touch and link-up play to begin with from the pivot to bring Wilson into the attacking move. Just not quite the finish. Ryder trying to return it back to the original corner taker. It's then smashed clear by Moody.
Yeah, the individual defending from Southampton, when someone's about to line up to shoot, they're using the foot furthest away from the shooting foot of the attacker. So if they go and plant their foot or turn, and then they fake, they're dead. They can't then change direction and defend the next decision. So they've got to be wary of that. They see Harvey going to shoot with her right, they've got to use their left to defend the ball.
Tonks just got the ball stuck beneath her feet a little bit, then crowded out by two Sunderland defenders, but did well to hold on to the ball. Moody just rushed herself into trying to send that one further down court. No fouls in the half so far. Been fairly contested. Again on the turn here, the Sunderland pivot. Curtis this time, then getting the shot away was Wilson. Momentum beginning to shift back in Sunderland's favour now.
Yeah, better defending from Southampton in the pivot, backing into her.
Curtis wayward of the target that time.
Just put some message into your mind. They're getting shots away still, so they're still dangerous. I mean, Southampton have got to get that little bit closer.
Tonks trying to feed it here to Curtis. Curtis with it now. Southampton kicking. Gain from Lincoln. Battle once more between the two number fours, Harvey and Moody, who seems to have reverted to her more regular defensive fixed role in battle against the Sunderland pivot there. Harvey it's through the legs of Moody, and it made its way through to Laura Henderson.
Really clever play. Waited for the legs to open, then played through the oncoming shot.
Harvey all the way across. Henderson. Harvey trying to wriggle free of Tonks, but Delaney was able to then pounce as it broke her way. Moody with space to advance into there as well. Good ball. Here's Tonks. Back across. Oh, it had everything but the finish. Just fluffed her lines at the crucial moment there, Nikki Curtis.
Decision making on point. It's the finish, it's the execution this time. Does everything right. It's the right foot. Just misdirected. Maybe needs to get her body shape facing the goal.
That should be 3-2. Here's Harvey. Trickles back to Delaney. 2.5 minutes left of this first period. Richardson. Return ball back here to Harvey. Curtis is waiting for it. Nicola Curtis, her namesake, was there to win it back for Southampton though.
Great
ball
ball.
forward again to Nicola Curtis. Tonks. Moody advancing. And going for goal. It was unorthodox from the goalkeeper.
There's that fake roll inside. Planted the weight to the left, so couldn't change direction. Momentum swinging again, back into Southampton's favour.
Long there for Harvey. Delaney out quickly to meet her. I thought initially that Lincoln got a touch on the prior Southampton strike, but we restarted with a goal clearance. That's just went all the way through.
Better pressure, forced the mistake. So now if Southampton got wingers appearing in between lines, they'll be able to get opportunities.
Looked forward looking for Curtis, but it never ran through to her. Harvey. Oh, that sold the goalkeeper short, and well, she did well in the end there, Lincoln, because Tonks, well, her eyes must have lit up as the back pass was played. Henderson. Runs all the way back, and it will be a Southampton corner.
Yeah, I don't think the keeper could have had that anyway. It would have been an indirect free kick, so lucky they did go out for the corner.
Curtis with the signal from the set piece. It's played back for Tonks, but she miscued. Back again to Curtis, looking for Walker. Not finding her though. No foul, says the referee. It will be a Sunderland kick in. Lincoln looking long again. 25 seconds left until the interval. Maybe just an opportunity for Sunderland to try to work a shot on goal from this set piece. All the way across, it's a good chance, that completely left free. Not sure what was going on with the Southampton defence there. Maybe a bit of an inquest in their camp, had that ended up at the back of the net. 3v2 momentarily here for Sunderland, and it's into the back of the net again, and again it's from Nicole Harvey. And finally she does complete her first half hat-trick. Sunderland restore their 3-goal advantage, 4-1 before half-time.
Great finish, great composure, great decision of, timing of that decision to play in the 3v2. It's been the difference in the execution in the final third, and Nicole Harvey's been the difference.
Yeah, past the goalkeeper in a flash, that one, and Southampton now really left to rue the missed opportunities when you think back to the Nicola Curtis chance when she really should have made it 3-2. It seems as though then Sunderland are going to be 3 to the good at the break, and indeed they are. There the buzzer sounds to signal the end of this first period. 4-1 in favour of the newly promoted side Sunderland at the midway point. Plenty to ponder still for Southampton moving into the second half. There's the half-time score. It's Team Sunderland 4, Southampton Aztecs 1. Let's show you then the highlights from that first period. Got off to such a fast start, didn't they, Sunderland, John, as Harvey right inside the first couple of minutes, finding the back of the net, and that really set the tempo for the rest of the half as well.
Yeah, when you have an outstanding pivot that recognises when they're under pressure, can turn, can set, you're going to have a chance. And she's been unbelievable, Harvey, in this first half, and created pretty much every opportunity they've had. Great little turn, great finish on a weaker side.
Yeah, and soon it was 2 as well. And again, it was Harvey. That time beating the goalkeeper with a strike from outside of the box.
Takes it early, takes Mo Delaney by surprise. Can't get a split save down in time. I think that was all inside a minute.
Yeah, it was very close to each other, wasn't it? In very quick succession, both those Harvey goals, and not long after that as well, the goal scorer turned goal provider on a plate, really, for Amy Richardson to provide the finishing touch. And that was 3-0.
And at that point, that was the feature. Amy Richardson, clever to earn the back of Tonks, running in, attacking the spaces. And Southampton just didn't deal with it at the beginning of the game, being able to track their runners.
Then Southampton began to come back into the game, had chances, got their goal through Rebecca Tonks with the touch and finish there. And things looked up for Southampton at that stage. Potentially could have gone on to score a couple more in that half as well, had they been more clinical. But again, it's the same old story for Will Wilson's side. Not clinical in front of goal, that was the exception. When you think of the chances that they had in that first half as well, to have only taken one will still be a disappointment. And then just before half-time, hat-trick wrapped up for Harvey, the skipper, with 3 in that first 20 minutes period. Clinical.
Just goes to show you, I think every goal apart from the first one was in transition. So if you're going to give away the ball in dangerous areas of the court and you're outnumbered, huge opportunities in futsal. And when you make the decisions correctly and you execute, big goal scoring opportunities.
Yeah, of course there's exceptions, but overall in that first half, Sunderland clinical where Southampton weren't. And that's why at half-time it's Sunderland 4, Southampton 1. Welcome back then to Hartpury College, where at half-time in the second game of 3 today in the National Futsal Series Women's Tier 1, the first weekend of this brand new season. It is currently in favour of Sunderland at half-time. Such a good first half for them, John. 4-1 to the good at the midway point, and it was very much down to the quality of their captain, Nicole Harvey, and the threat which she possessed across the course of that 20 minutes.
Yeah, slow start for Southampton. Hopefully we'll learn from that, and here we go. Big opportunity right at the start of the half.
Yeah, maybe a big chance there for Southampton. It looked as though it was going to be. It was a relatively comfortable save in the end for Lincoln to turn it away. So it goes back to the goalkeeper. I don't think she thought she could have it back there, but it had touched the Southampton player in between the touches from the goalkeeper, so she could.
Also a save.
Yes.
So she could have had it back intentionally after.
Taken on the chest as it turns there to Anna Lewis. Harvey. Given away there, presented straight back here to Southampton. Tonks, there's runners to the right as well. It's in here to Barton. 4-2, game on, right at the start of this second half.
Yep, definitely needed that. Again, another transition, right? So, made the right decision. Diagonal was on, middle player finds it, and Barton finds the corner. Definitely not over. It was so open the first half. I imagine it to be exactly the same in the second half.
Yeah, well, it was Sunderland who made the explosive start in the first period. Southampton in the second. Managed to pull one back.
Harvey so pivotal to this team, but the longer she's on the court, the more tired she's going to get. Rolling ball there on the court. Sideline gets switched.
They're incorrectly taken kicking. Southampton have possession again. Not for long though, it's off the head of Harvey. Moody just fizzing that one towards the back stick.
She's definitely got that swaz to the back post. Weapon for Southampton.
Trickles all the way through back to Delaney. There's Harvey again. Comfortable catch for the goalkeeper. She's trying to kick-start the counter-attack here again. It's in transition for Southampton. That time, though, Lewis was halted in her and the Aztecs' progress. Long from Lincoln into the feet of Harvey again. Harvey, good ball across. Wide of out. Sent it only through to Delaney. They've won it back here, Sunderland. There's a foul in there and a little bit of afters as well. Referee James Gerrard has some attending to do. Needs to sort the situation out, and it's a yellow card. A yellow card apiece, actually. The first was shown to Southampton's Anna Lewis and the second to Laura Henderson.
Yep, professional foul on the tug back and then the reaction. Both team cautions.
Yeah, it's probably the right decision. From the match official, first couple of cautions of the game. Delaney is out of net here, but I just wonder whether they can bypass the goalkeeper, the ball to either of the two sides. That's exactly what they tried. It seemed to me a little bit unnecessary to come out to the edge of the penalty area with the free kick from such a long way out, but that was the defensive style that Southampton opted for.
Yeah, fully agree there. A bit more risk than reward.
Moody back to Delaney, again in possession outside her half of the court. Couldn't find a teammate. Lincoln restarts. Just took a nick off the head of Tonks. It breaks here for Harvey now. Harvey facing the goal again. That time not able to find the back of the net.
Wriggled free to get the shot, but just, I wonder if Southampton want to start doubling up on Harvey and just let the runner go elsewhere if they can get pressure on the ball.
Where's that one going to break? Wilson's after it. Managed to get the shot away as well, but Delaney was right out there to meet her. Into Harvey, not quite the body position to shoot though. Tonks now for Southampton. Back again to Tonks. Oh, and she's found the net. Southampton strike again, and again it's Rebecca Tonks. It's 4-3 now.
The little disguise today has really, had borne its fruit, because every time someone's got that, they've got a massive shooting opportunity. I think we've got a couple of goals either in transition with a disguise. Even in this game, I think we've had 3 or 4 opportunities from that disguise soul roll.
Great start to the second half for Southampton. And where they weren't clinical in the first, they have been in what we've seen so far. The 3 minutes played in the second, they've had 2 chances and they've taken them both.
I still see the game being as open as it was right at the beginning of the game.
Harvey again with her back to goal.
Their pivot play really is very good. They get it into Harvey and they get runners off, so they either shoot or drag, or they get someone overlapping, and then it makes a decision for the defender marking Harvey. Do I go with a runner, or can she roll inside? Impressive in possession.
There's Lewis. Tonks away from the defender again. Tonks, good save actually. Lincoln had to react quickly to that.
Another toe poke, Arian for the corner.
You have to feel the more that Southampton can get the ball to Rebecca Tonks, then the more likely they are to threaten the Sunderland goal. Moody has a bit of defensive work to do. Judged to have been fouled, and that one's a bit of a get out of jail free card for her.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about the foul there.
Yeah, it seemed to be stuck in a bit of a sticky situation at the back, and perhaps the referee bailed her out of it. Moody with the effort that time. So often the player who takes the shot on from Southampton set pieces, certainly last season. Into a dangerous area, and the goalkeeper has somehow managed to keep that one out. Found space there in between the Sunderland defensive structure. There wasn't much of one really from their point of view. Space there for Tonks, and she'll be wondering how that didn't ripple into the back of the net again.
Yeah, I'm not sure Lincoln knew an awful lot about that.
Up again to Moody. Lincoln out that time.
Wave after wave at the moment. I can only see it going one way.
Moody couldn't quite feed it through that time to Tonks, but it's Southampton pressure on the Sunderland goal.
They look quite tired at the moment, Sunderland. They need to get a foothold back in the game. They need to get possession of the ball.
Wilson. Lewis to be replaced here for Southampton as Curtis steps back onto court. Here she is with the ball now. Looking to dictate play for the Aztecs, but it's then being given away by Moody, and there's a counter-attack opportunity here for Sunderland. Just overran it though there, Victoria Curtis. Had the option to her left if she wanted to offload as well. Lauren Saylor and Will Wilson in conversation, the Southampton coaching team today. They'll be pleased with what they've seen from their side as a response in this second period. Still behind though on the scoreboard. Makes for an interesting game. Here's Tonks. Curtis to the right. Tonks opted to shoot. It might break here though for Curtis on the rebound. Ball still in play as she tried to improvise and turn it back the way of Tonks. Again, another Southampton chance, John.
Yeah, huge opportunity again. Transition again. These are where they're coming from at the moment. Set piece or transitions. Corner. Building the pressure.
Tonks takes. Back to Moody. It's a scuffed effort there though. Oh, good turn past Moody. Can they bypass the goalkeeper as well? It was a good goalkeeping intervention from Delaney because Wilson tried to take it past her, and had she rounded the goalkeeper, then the net would have been empty. Sunderland looking for a momentum shifting moment. Curtis wants it back. It was intended her way. A foul there for the challenge on Tonks.
Uh-oh, yellow card. Yeah, we know this. If it's an intentional stop a play under the distance, needless yellow card there.
Yeah, it's the third caution of the game, that one being shown the way of Victoria Curtis. It's 2 Sunderland fouls on the board now. Delaney with the ball forwards there, but it's just too high for Ruby Allen.
They do have their fly keeper in use for later in the game if they need it. That's when they'll probably draw Mo Delaney out, Southampton, if they're chasing the game still later on. Harvey's been a lot.
Walker's there giving the ball away. Richardson, oh, it's against the woodwork.
Just as I was saying that, I was about to say Harvey's been a lot more quiet. Amy Richardson, when she's working in tandem with Harvey, they're a real threat. Just crashing off the bar there.
Yeah, just slightly too high with the goal-bound effort on that occasion from Richardson. Hannah Walker here down on the deck and has a problem. Seems in some distress, maybe just took a whack to the head, a bit of a concern for her. It's a stoppage in play with just over 6 minutes gone off this second half. There's been plenty of action in that time. There's what happened to Walker. Yeah, it was a clash of heads, as I initially thought, between Walker and Harvey, and it seems to be Walker who's come off worse from that collision.
An innocuous one there. Not entirely sure what part. Must have been both a clash of heads, but from that angle, difficult to see.
Yeah, well, it looks as though we're going to restart then here with the Sunderland free kick, which has been awarded by the first official, James Jarrett, over on the far side. So Walker replaced, but it's a Sunderland free kick. It's taken directly goal bound, and it's directly in from Harvey. So disappointing for Southampton to concede like that, but Sunderland won't mind. They're back 2 to the good, and again it's Harvey the scorer.
I'm trying to work the technique. I'm not sure it was a toe poke or it was something in between. But it found the back of the net.
It's a setback for Southampton. Still one better than they were at half-time, but they'll now feel that they've got it all to do again. Long from Lincoln, collected by Moody. Here's Southampton on the attack again, and it's a goal bound, but not the purest of strikes. Trying to walk the ball into the net at times there, though, Southampton. There's a replay of that strike. Again, Delaney was off her line. It's more understandable from that position, but it bypassed her and bypassed Moody on the line as well. Moody to Curtis, soft target.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed there, Southampton. We're on top. Most of the second half, conceding that goal just shifts the momentum back into Sunderland again.
Taken down there by Barton.
Take some wind out the sails out of Southampton. See if they can motivate themselves to get the intensity back in the game.
Yeah, well, I mentioned that Sunderland would be looking for a momentum-shifting moment, and that goal there could certainly prove to be that in the greater scheme of things.
They've just got to keep taking away energy from this Sunderland team. They've not got many subs. They know that if they keep the intensity high, they're going to get fatigued. But again, great clever bit from Harvey there. Nearly opens up the opportunity. See there, Harvey's got to run back 10-15 metres. The more they do that, the more direct they are, the quicker they are their decisions, more mistakes might arise from Sunderland because due to fatigue.
Yeah, just the two substitute options available for Sunderland with the 7-player squad. Goalkeeper there opting to take the kick in. Not something which you usually see. Taken on the chest there by Curtis. It's through again. And it's another Sunderland opportunity. That time it was there for Ellie Wilson. To add her name to the score sheet and put Sunderland back 3 ahead. Didn't get the connection that she would have hoped for. Down the other end now, Barton. Long range strike, it's been spilt by the goalkeeper, and it was inviting for Moody to turn in the rebound. Wayward of the target anyway, but the goalkeeper wasn't certain, so Delaney with a touch to turn it behind. Curtis all the way back. It was then struck by Ryder. Lincoln lofting it long, and Moody just about got ahead to it.
Yeah, Sunderland have done well here to stifle Southampton. Not a lot of opportunities have been coming their way last couple of minutes. But the more transitions they got, the more running they're going to do. It's not going to be great for Sunderland. Great footwork.
Yeah, nice feet to begin with then, just ran out of courtroom. Wilson, but
huge futsal skill. The little La Croqueta down the line. Tap, tap.
Moody looking to skip inside. Still there for Moody on her left foot though. Approaching the midway point of this second half as well, where we should see another drinks break, as we saw in the first. Curtis wants that back, gets it as well. Tried to then feed the ball across to Moody, but it was ahead of her.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad decision. It's just the execution again. It's the wrong side. If it comes safe side, then the player can roll and shoot. They're not a million miles away, Southampton. If they can get these technical components right in possession, especially on the counter, they'll get huge opportunities this year.
Yeah, still to come today, of course. We have our hosts Hartpury in action up against Bolton in the third and final game of this opening day's schedule for the Women's Tier 1. The other sides who are yet to get off the mark with their new season today in the women's campaign will be, I'm sure, eagerly watching and eager to get their campaigns underway as well. Sunderland, though, certainly seem to have a threat which will cause many teams in this women's top flight problems in Nicole Harvey, and the more that they get the ball into her, then the more that they can trouble teams when they come up against them in future fixtures. It's just that lack of squad depth which you feel certainly today, and if they proceed with 7 players into games against tougher opponents in the top flight in England, might be a bit of a problem for.
Yeah, it might have taken a few teams by surprise today, their strength in attacking positions, but everyone can now see it. They might have to adapt to when they play against Sunderland. But yeah, I think that, as you say, you don't have a big bench to choose from, and making substitutions and changes, it's very difficult this game, especially if you're getting pressed and the intensity is high.
Lincoln here in possession, trying to find a longer ball forwards. Tonks, though, there to collect for Southampton. Smashed clear by Kirsty Lincoln. Southampton will look to build again and create themselves another opportunity. Alawilolo. Good ball across there to find Tonks.
Thought she was going to fake roll inside. Saw the weight coming from the defender coming out wide. We know she can execute it. She's done it a couple of times already. I thought that was the perfect opportunity.
Long and direct from Delaney, but in search of the smallest player on the court in Nicola Curtis. Appeals for handball, which in the end are answered by the referee on this near side, who took his time in awarding that. Tonks up to Curtis. Corner given. I thought the touch was off Curtis. Questionable decision. It's in there now for Tonks. Oh, it's scrappy though. Southampton looks to try to take that quickly. It wasn't a set piece from the playbook, so to speak. Nine minutes to play. Sunderland leading Southampton here by 5-3. Alawilolo with the header back across goal, and back to Alawilolo again, who turns in from close range.
What a goal. So many decisions there first time, but it worked. They've managed to open up the back post, rolled it back across, and a great finish.
Yeah, Davina Alawilolo with the header back across, and as it came back her way, there was no missing that. 9-goal thriller here at Hartpury College. It's 5-4 to Sunderland now. Southampton back to within 1 goal. They'll have their tails up because of that. There's the latest goal scorer, Alawilolo.
Sunderland are treading water at the moment. Some of their players on the court not being able to get back.
Richardson. Just left the ball behind, but it's stuck under her feet there. Amy Richardson. Good challenge from Aloilolo. Curtis ran out of options and ran the ball over the line. Certainly attacks on top rather than defences in this one.
Yeah, I would say the same. I think it's just direct, so they're having to run a lot in transition. And those counter-attacks.
Taken short there, back to the corner taker.
Not a bad decision there, just to slow the game down from Amy Richardson. Give herself a little bit of a rest, little reset.
Southampton here will come again. Aloilolo. Might be free towards the second post area as well there, Aloilolo, but Southampton gave the ball away cheaply. Actually, Davina Aloilolo's first league goal for Southampton. She played the majority of last campaign with their development side.
Southampton look to have worked out a little bit of what Sunderland are doing. They're in this 2-2, so they have 3 players at the back. They've got an overload on the first line, and they're starting to get a bit of success from it. When they start pushing 2 players forward, it evens and balances it out, and it becomes Sunderland's favour. So just got to work out how to create these little overloads.
Victoria Curtis has managed to keep the ball in play there.
That looked out for me.
Yeah, I thought so as well, but the referee on this near side allowed the game to continue. Given away there loosely to Aloilolo. Curtis in search of Aloilolo again, but it runs through to Lincoln. Direct to the Sunderland pivot again. Curtis. Now it's out for the Aztecs kicking.
I think Harvey's being rested at the moment. It'd be a big stint from her for the rest of the game, just to try and control the tempo, maybe get a few opportunities.
Tonks back across to Moody. Now Aloilolo. Back into a dangerous area, but far too close to the goalkeeper. Richardson collecting on the half turn. When you think back to the start that Sunderland made early on, taking the 3-goal lead so early, it threatened to get ugly at that stage for the Aztecs, but they've done very well to come back from that point since then.
Yeah, Southampton have kept their heads all the way through. I mean, when you're looking at the bench and you're only seeing 2 subs, you know you're going to get an opportunity at some point in the game due to that tiredness. And it seems to have come into play now for Sunderland. Can they hold on?
Tonks.
Harvey's back on the court as well now.
Tonks will go for goal! And it evades Lincoln to make it 5 each. A tremendous Aztecs comeback. We're level again. Goalkeeper will be disappointed that she wasn't able to keep it out. 10 goals shared equally. And And it might get better here for Southampton as well.
Oh.
And Lincoln can save that time.
I thought the decision in the counter was the wrong one, but they managed to find it to the player at the back post. And yeah, these are the chances you have to take if you want to win games. All Southampton again. 5 keepers out for the 5v4. Not sure they need it.
Yeah, well, they're creating opportunities with the regular 4v4 play, Southampton. Here's Wilson, down the other end for Sunderland. Harvey back on. Asking for the corner and getting it. Sunderland, remember, led 3-0, led 4-1 as well at half-time. Henderson with the strike, blocked on its route through, and now Southampton will look to break away, and with numbers as well, all the way across here to Barton.
Great running. Just that pass needs to be a little bit angled towards the player rather than to the goal. Here comes a huge 2v1 though.
Harvey picks the pass across, it was just too far ahead of Wilson.
These little technical errors in the execution is costing someone to go and take the game by the scruff of the neck.
Inside there to Francis, it's still there for Southampton. Wide of the near post.
The desire to get back from Sunderland now has dropped. So they, you know, if Southampton keep attacking the spaces, they're going to get opportunities.
Holly Francis, by the way, fresh legs for Southampton. It's her first minutes on court. It's a very important stage of the game for her to be introduced. Henderson. Curtis. Henderson again, back to Victoria Curtis. She's given the ball away though. Francis will go for goal from a very long way out. Cross here for Victoria Curtis again, and it's in, it's over the line.
Wow.
Sunderland are back ahead. It only took one moment, in off the woodwork. 6-5.
Honestly, couldn't have hit it anywhere else. Maybe a cross into the other top corner, but if you're going to strike from that distance, it's got to go high. What a finish.
Sunderland will be delighted with that because it almost felt as though it was against the run of play as well, given the momentum of the game at that stage. 3 minutes left to play.
Yeah, it's becoming frantic again. It's going end to end. A little bit you have it, we have it. For Sunderland, they need to take control of the game.
Moody blocked away. Back again to Moody. It is all still very frantic out there. Curtis robbed of possession. Can Sunderland get another? They can! 2 goals to the good, and with such little time left, could that one be the goal that makes this too big of an ask for Southampton? It's Harvey again on the score sheet. They just can't stop her. It's a mistake at the back for Southampton. A poor pass from Moody to begin with, and Curtis couldn't control. And Harvey took advantage.
Yeah, another transition. Decisive end.
Yeah, it seems as though now it's going to be too little too late for Southampton if they can try to get back into it from this stage. There's still time, but Sunderland now with the 2-goal advantage back intact, and the goals have come at crucial times. And Harvey has been integral to it all again.
I think for Southampton in particular, they need to be cleaner with the ball in possession. They're losing the ball in dangerous areas of the court and they're giving away too many transitions. That's why they concede the amount of goals that they are. if they can clean that up, they'll be in a much better place to be, you know, putting teams to the sword.
There's Curtis. Following that timeout period, and Southampton will continue to give it everything that they've got, but it seems as though Sunderland's quality will see them over the line. Up to Harvey again. Moody with the challenge that time. Moody sending it long over the top.
Yeah, there Harvey needs to hold the ball up there and just get others into place. Doesn't need to turn, wind the clock down. Needs to use their body and get in the way and earn that and battle that space and hold that space.
Sunderland kicking again, taken into the feet of Harvey. Tonks, who will be majorly disappointed to be on the wrong side of the scoreline here. It's been at the heart of many things good for Southampton today. Rebecca Tonks, hat-trick as well for her. But ultimately, it seems to her side, they're going to be on the wrong side of the scoreline come full time. Play via Rebecca Moody that time. Maybe a chance here for Southampton to pull one back again. It's across to Barton, and it is in. And Southampton do find the net again, and maybe this one isn't finished yet.
Cleaning the transition, execution perfect, you're going to get goals. They're going to attack spaces. Tonks again, pivotal.
Yeah, well, that's 4 for Rebecca Tonks now, which equals the game tally of Nicole Harvey. Here's Harvey down the other end, looking for an instant hit back. Can't be many games when a player from either side both score 4 goals. It's been an absolute goal fest, this one here today. Maybe time for another one as well. Southampton back with their tails up, and they might feel as though they can at least create one late last opportunity to try to earn themselves an opening day point.
This is going to be a very frantic minute.
62 seconds left on the clock. Harvey with the control. Curtis back to Harvey. Clock continues to tick down.
Very well there to run that clock down, take 10 seconds off the clock, really composed under pressure. Little movement to separate from the defender and receive it back again. Harvey has been exceptional. So has Tonks.
49 seconds to play. Trying to hold the ball exactly where they want it here. Sunderland, it might want it in the back of the net as well. And that time Harvey is denied. Ran all the way out there, but the referee is going to bring it back. There's a little bit of confusion here between the players as to exactly what's been given. I think the ball was adjudged to have crossed this near side touchline, so Sunderland there have the kick in. They're going to hold it in the corner of the court. Seemed a bit of an innocuous decision. I'm not quite sure exactly what that was given for. Taken short in the corner again as Sunderland continue to try to run down the clock. Delaney will try to involve herself. Alawilolo, I don't think, got a touch, so it will be a goal clearance. 21 seconds for Southampton to mount a final attack. It could be some finish. Long to Alawilolo, it's flicked on, big chance. And was that the moment for Southampton? It's come and gone now. Sunderland could kill them off on the counter-attack. Advantage being played to the back stick. It's behind for the corner. Ultimately, Sunderland's 8th is prevented. But that might just be enough to see them over the line, as they'll have the corner with, what, 9 seconds left? Frantic ending to the game, though, John.
I was expecting to see Ella Wilson in row Z then. Did well to get out of the way of that.
Sunderland again will look to try to hold the ball in the corner of the court. Southampton will try to break.
This is going to have to be a launch forward. They've got no time for anything else. This needs to be a flick on.
It's got to go long. It is now or never for Southampton, and it looks to be the latter. Long from Delaney, and there's the header away, and there's the buzzer to signal the end of what was an enthralling opening day contest in the National Futsal Series Women's Tier 1. It finishes 7-6 in favour of Sunderland. Southampton gave it absolutely everything they had. Came back from behind. They were 3-0 down early on, 4-1 down at half-time. Came back to be drawing 5-5 and tried to mount a late comeback as well after Sunderland had scored twice to give themselves a 2-goal advantage, which looked to be enough. Ultimately it was, as Southampton's 6th proved only to be a late nerve tester and consolation for the Aztecs. There's the final score. Yes, you're reading that right. Sunderland 7, Southampton 6. What a game, John. What did you make of it overall? There's so much to unpick from it.
Whoever could execute on the transition ended up being the winner. I think Sunderland made their chances count when they got them. Harvey was instrumental in that, and so was Amy Richardson, to be fair. Good running. I think for both teams, they needed to control the game more. I think they were too comfortable letting it be in transition, so it was always going to be no one was in control. But in terms of the amount of chances, so entertaining for us to watch. And yeah, I guess they need to close up shop a little bit in games to make sure they're competitive in future games. As you said, when they're going to be playing against some teams with a little bit more experience or who are trying to control, they're going to be difficult moments. Need to adjust the game plan. Yeah, really impressed with Nicole Harvey.
That one was smashed in there by Harvey directly from that free kick. Past Delaney and into the back of the net. So many chances for both sides across the course of the game, but the second half in particular when it opened up even more than it was in the first half, and it was open in the first 20 minutes as well. That was Aloilolo's goal to bring one back. That was the Southampton 4th.
Yeah, Aloilolo's goal was incredible. The one-touch decision-making to then open up the passing lane back. Could be the goal of the game for me.
Yeah, and there's plenty of them to choose from as well. And then was the moment for Southampton to bring it back to 5-5, and at that stage, with the Sunderland players fatigued, an error really from the goalkeeper in not keeping it out, Southampton had the momentum, had the game going in their favour, it seemed. But Sunderland then scored at such a crucial point. It's this moment you're about to see.
Great hit.
Bounced in off the woodwork, off the crossbar. Such a pure strike.
Yeah, to hit that off the weak side as well.
Yeah, I think you said at the time, John, it's probably the only place it could have gone to beat the goalkeeper from that sort of area.
And the ball been played, you know, we were talking about it throughout the game. When the ball's been played defender's side, hospital side, they've nicked it there and got the transition. Beforehand it was going out of play, which was breaking the game down. But this is even worse. If the pressure's there and they can nick it, the transition's there, and they've been made to pay for it, Southampton.
Yeah, at that stage it seemed as though all was likely to be done and dusted. But that was only until Southampton then scored again. Rebecca Tonks with her 4th of the game to turn in at the second post to make it 7-6, and ultimately that's how it finished. There was too little time left for Southampton to convert another. But what a thrilling contest, and okay, perhaps not the best performance from defensive point of views, but certainly going forward, there's much for these two teams to build on as they progress in their Tier 1 campaigns.
Sure, and it's just showing, even though you're 3-0 down, you've got every chance of coming back in, and Southampton nearly did that. right until the end.
Well, here are the games for today then. Earlier today, if you missed it, Bloomsbury beat Birmingham WLV by 4 goals to 2. Now then, that thriller that we've just witnessed, Sunderland running out 7-6 winners over Southampton. And still to come today, Hartpury, our hosts, in action against Bolton. Looking forward to that one. 4:45 is the kick-off time. Be sure to join us then.